Welcome back, VDiscovery viewers. In this video, we're talking about security in Zoom meetings. What I want to talk about today is an article by ZDNet. It's called Zoom Security. Your meetings will be safe and secure if you do these 10 things. And I want to express my opinion on some of the security measures that ZDNet suggests for people to use. Now, this is going to be a very opinionated video based on my experience using Zoom. Also, keep in mind your security settings on your Zoom meeting will be different based on the audience you are meeting with. So if you have a company meeting, let's say with your department, you may apply certain security settings to that meeting. And if you are sending an invite to LinkedIn, for example, and saying, let's have a happy hour at 5 p.m. and you just invite unknown people, you may want to apply different security rules to that meeting than the internal meeting. So I'm going to go through these 10 tips that ZDNet suggests, and I'm going to give them either thumbs up or thumbs down based on my experience using Zoom. Again, this is going to be an opinionated video based on my experience, and I welcome you to share your experience or challenge my views on these security settings in the comment section below. So with that in mind, let's start with tip number 1. Password protect your meetings. And this tip gets thumbs up from me because all the meetings should have passwords associated with them so that people who don't know what the password is can just join meetings where they don't belong. So that's an easy one. Of course, you should secure your meetings with a password. Tip number 2, authenticate users. What that is when creating a new event, you should choose to only allow signed-in users to participate. Now, this one gets a thumbs down from me because not all my meeting participants necessarily have Zoom account, and forcing people to create Zoom account as well, probably most people have it. I don't think it's kind of a fair thing to do to have everyone make accounts at Zoom. If I sent you an information about a meeting, that should be enough for you to join. You shouldn't have to create an account and give your personal information if you don't want to. Now, tip number 3, join before host. So ZDNet recommends you turn that feature off. I do not do that, so this tip gets a thumbs down from me as well. I do allow people to join my meetings before I join myself. This way, if I'm a little late or if I need to disconnect, something like that happens, it's okay. I trust my participants to be in the meeting and behave properly. So I don't think it's a big deal to disable join before host. Next tip, lock down your meetings. So this talks about once everyone joins the meeting, you can click a special button, lock, so no one else can join. But again, this one gets a thumbs down from me because, well, you're already sending your invite to the people you want to attend your meeting. So what's the point of locking it down? Who else is going to join? And if you send it out to social media somewhere, then, well, you expect more people to join, so why would you lock it down? Next, turn off participant screen sharing. Again, gets a thumbs down from me because I don't do that. I allow people to share screens. I don't have bad participants who share anything inappropriate like they're talking about here. Perhaps if you doing a meeting with people from social media and you expect people to, well, not behave properly or do something malicious, you may want to turn that on. But in my experience, I never had to use that feature and I have not had any problems. Tip number 6, use randomly generated ID. Yes, use randomly generated meeting ID, so they're always different and you always need a new link for every meeting. Seems like an easy thing to do, and it doesn't even matter what the ID is because it's just a link. You click on the link and it doesn't matter what it is, it just takes you to the meeting. Next, use waiting rooms. Now this one gets a thumbs down from me as well. A lot of thumbs down on this one. I don't use waiting rooms because I feel like as an organizer, I want to be talking to my participants. I want to be demonstrating something, either showing, making sure conversation is going. I want to get to the meeting. I want to do what I need to do. So I already send my invite to people who I want there. So I don't see a point of having waiting rooms. Tip number 8, avoid file sharing. This one gets a thumbs down from me because I don't babysit users. I don't want to block them from doing whatever it is they want to be doing. If I'm having a meeting with folks from LinkedIn and they want to share files with one another, let them share files. I don't see any issues with that. However, when it's a company meeting, I would discourage file sharing through Zoom. I would tell people to use normal file sharing methods they use for work, such as saving files to network shares or using company approved file sharing method. Tip number 9, remove nuisance attendees. Yes, gets a thumbs up from me. If you have a meeting with people on LinkedIn or somewhere else and somebody is not behaving well, kick them out. Yes. And tip number 10, check for updates. And yes, I'm always giving updates a thumbs up because they're always security updates, new features. I love new features, and I also encourage security updates as well. Now here's the thing about all these security measures we just talked about. They are really to prevent your meeting from being disrupted. These are not security measures as in you're securing your meeting so no one else can hear and know what happened. Because in these types of meetings, you don't actually have a control over your environment, or you don't have control over your participants' environment. They could be recording their screen, they could be having that meeting on speaker, there could be other people around. So whatever happens in a Zoom meeting is not private, it's not secure. All you're trying to do is prevent people from disrupting your meeting. You're not trying to have information contained. And because of that, I would not be discussing secret formula for Coca-Cola over a Zoom meeting. So anyway, I hope these tips help you out. If you have personal opinions on some of these security measures and you think I got them wrong, please put it in the comment section below. Explain what kind of situation you're talking about and why you think certain settings should or should not be used. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, please hit that follow button to see other videos we produce. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, and thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.